The Beatles and the Rolling Stones and Led Zeppelin are very good bands. They're some of the best bands ever. They have a lot of the best songs ever. But they have bad albums. You don't need every one of any of these bands' albums. There are bands that have no bad albums. They are not these three bands. The Beatles, you do not need the early stuff. That's basically the only Beatles you don't need. They're a good enough band that you need everything. You basically need Help and Rubber Soul and everything after. You could argue that you don't need Help. You could argue you don't need Past Masters Volume 1. I believe you need Past Masters Volume 1 in addition to, because that's how I think that Hey Jude. You're going to tell me you're not rocking Hey Jude ever? So yeah, you need Help, Rubber Soul, Sgt. Pepper's Revolver, Magical Mystery Tour, White Album. You need Yellow Submarine for Hey Bulldog. You need Abbey Road, obviously. You need Let It Be. So you need most of them. You just don't need Beatles for Sale, Hard Day's Night with the Beatles, Please Please. Replace that with Past Masters 1. You get all the good early singles. You're fucking golden. Rolling Stones have a lot of shitty albums. I'm not going to go through every shitty Rolling Stones album. There's too many. There's decades of shitty Rolling Stones albums. I'm just going to tell you the good Rolling Stones albums, which are very good. They were one of the best bands ever. Hot take. The Beatles and the Rolling Stones and Led Zeppelin, guys. They were pretty good at music. Albums. I'm just pulling it up. This is my genius idea. I'm just gonna pull up the albums on my phone and then just say the ones that are bad. Yeah, Voodoo Lounge is bad. I haven't listened to the new stuff, but I assume it's bad. Bridges to Babylon was bad. Steel Wheels is bad. Dirty Work. Tattoo You is good. This is the first one you need. You don't even really need it, honestly. Emotional Rescue. Maybe you kind of. I don't think you need either of these, honestly. Some Girls you need because it has Miss You on it. And it's respectable more than these other. You might need Emotional Rescue. I think you need Emotional Rescue. And Some Girls. I don't think you need to. Ugh. Start Me Up. Do we need to Start Me Up? I don't know. I'm saying you need Emotional Rescue, Some Girls. Black and Blue, you don't really need. It's Only Rock and Roll, you don't really need. Goat's Head Soup. Do you need Goat's Head Soup? This is actually a good question. Because there's Heartbreaker. And there's Angie, I think. But that's like B level. For Stones, I'm not giving you Goat's Head Soup. You don't need Goat's Head Soup. You need Exile, obviously. Sticky Fingers, Let It Bleed, Better's Banquet, Exile, Main Street. You need their 4 best records. That would be a good thing. Just like the good Beatles records, you should have those. Satanic Majesties, you do not need. I like psychedelic music. It's not a very good album. It sounds like they're trying to like cash in on a weird trend. It's like they're good at playing blues music. Why are they playing a shitty version of? Anyway, Between the Buttons has some good singles on it, as well as Aftermath. Do you need these albums? No. If you want, you can get like a greatest hits early, and you're good. You do not need to listen to those albums. They're not very good. Led Zeppelin. You need mostly Led Zeppelin because they died. They had the poignancy to do too many drugs and die, specifically alcohol and John Bonham. But you need everything pretty much. Led Zeppelin rules. Zeppelin 1, you don't need Good Times, Bad Times. Zeppelin 2, the best Zeppelin. Zeppelin 3, you need the fun, the country. You need That's the Way on like a warm summer night. You need Out on the Tiles. Yeah, this isn't even Houses of the Holy. You need for sure. Zeppelin 4. If you don't need Zeppelin 4, just fucking kill yourself. Houses of the Holy you need. Song remains the same. No quarter. The ocean. Physical graffiti, of course you need. Presence, you need presence. You need Achilles' Last. You kind of need Achilles' Last Stand. If there's a way to get just Achilles' Last Stand, you do not need the rest of this album. Sorry, you do not need presence. Achilles' Last Stand. Sorry, buddy. Do you need In Through the Outdoor? If they could put the good songs from the last 3 albums on one thing, you need that. But they didn't. You don't need Hot Dog. Nobody needs Hot Dog. I'm sorry. It's just Carousel Ombra. You need Fool in the Rain, kind of. It's a good song. It's a very good song. The production on it is really good. All My Love is nice. Coda? I don't think you need Coda at all. We don't need Coda. We need Physical Graffiti, Houses of the Holy, Zeppelin 4, 3, 2, 1, Zeppelin, blast off. So yeah, the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, and the Rolling Stones are good. If you read a list, they'll probably be at the top of the list if it's written by some sort of corporate publication. But you do not need to consume every one of their albums. You can just listen to the good stuff.